Welcome to Drilling Deeper at mining.com.au. I'm Oriel Morrison. Joining me now is Ian Prentice. Ian is the Managing Director of Cosmo Metals. Ian, welcome. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Hi, Oriel. Great to be with you.
It's been a busy couple of months for you, hasn't it? But it has culminated in an acquisition.
It has, yes. So we've just recently announced the completion of the acquisition of our New South Wales assets, the Bingara and Nundle project. So yeah, it's really exciting to be at this point where we now own those assets and we're moving forward on exploration.
Well, before we touch on the exploration, what does this acquisition mean for Cosmo?
Well, I guess it just really broadens our portfolio of assets. We've already got some assets in Western Australia, so we've got a fantastic gold project right on the doorstep of Kalgoorlie, which we're very keen to keep pursuing exploration on that. We think very highly of that opportunity, but this now really broadens that into these assets in New South Wales. We've got prospectivity there for gold, antimony and also copper. So it's a really great suite of commodities on a very large project area that gives us that opportunity for I guess that diversity of our portfolio and exploration.
You talked about exploration and your exploration strategy. What does that look like? I know that you're starting off with Bingara.
Yeah, indeed. So I guess we did a fair bit of exploration during what was the option period. So prior to completion of the acquisition, we've already done some work. We've done some work down at Nundle, but primarily at Bingara, where we've flown some geophysics, and so that's got us a bit of a head start. And we also, a couple of weeks ago, committed to flying a LiDAR survey over both project areas, and that was completed last week. So that data will start to flow through. So really, I guess we invested ahead of completion in those exploration steps to give us a seamless, sort of efficient move straight into our on-ground exploration. So what does that mean? Well, the idea is we'll be on boots on ground, as they say, in the next little while, particularly, as I say, the focus at Bingara, and initially focusing on our gold target, the Spring Creek area, and also looking at one of our antimony targets, the Evans and Corrigan prospect.
You've spoken about the fact that within these areas there's a hidden treasure. Is that the Spring Creek that you just mentioned?
Yeah, so that's a trend of mineralisation, joining a prospect called Spring Creek with another one called Hidden Treasure. So it's a nice little area. Spring Creek's one of the areas that in Bingara, one of the few areas that's had some historic drilling. So 30 odd years ago, there's been some drilling at Spring Creek. There's some, the extension of that goes up past Hidden Treasure. So you've got this, kilometre long sort of trend of mineralisation that's had a little bit of drilling and had some success in that drilling. And that's a real focus for us, as I say, boots on ground shortly, and then working towards our maiden drilling program, where we'll be following up some outstanding results from Spring Creek.
So it's not just called hidden treasure, it actually is a hidden treasure at the same time.
It's at the same time, absolutely, yeah.
All right, so Ian, just before we let you go, what does the timeline look like for progression on your exploration here?
Yeah, so as we say, so boots on ground will be in the next little while, so we'll start to see that activity flowing through, and so getting all that work done. The short-term goal is to get into that drilling program, and that's a real focus for us, and the team is really focusing on that and moving through the steps to make sure we can get on there and do a really great job of drilling. So we've talked about that being the mid-calendar year, and we're still working towards that goal to get on the ground and drill at Spring Creek.
Well, very much look forward to it, and I'm sure that your investors are looking forward to updates there. Ian, thanks so much for chatting to us today.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Oriel.